One of the things I can't really get my head around is actually judgment. So people will always say that do not judge them. But what does judgment actually mean? I think there are two parts to this. The first part is when judgment is something you think about and act on. The second part is actually when you communicate this. And people will tell you never, and people prefer lies for the second part because we learn judgment very early on. In fact, there are studies that you can judge somebody within 0.67 seconds. Imagine that fast. You would go into a new environment and actually find out if there are people that are dangerous to you. You try to categorize if they're safe or not, right? And that's the first part. How do you act on it? When you say you do not judge people, they're actually trying to say that get a white lie and do not say the obvious, right? So for example, I feel threatened that you are carrying a gun. That is a type of judgment, right? But the dynamic is different because in some cases you are allowed to carry a gun. You are allowed to carry an FA and a firearm. And that changes the dynamic of how we do things. But let's look at only from judgment. Should we judge people? Yes. We should actually make an effort to qualify if people are safe or not. If they do not make us feel safe, it is okay to verbalize that or flee from that situation. And if you don't do this, or you just expect that the world changes around you based on your expectation, you are putting yourself in danger. And that's just safety. And there are more complicated situations like you are below someone or you are reporting to someone that makes you feel uncomfortable, that you cannot say it. So for example, you feel that someone is, intentionally putting his or her image down because he or she is not presenting him or herself well. Some people would not want to be judged or not want to hear the truth, but would want you to give them a white lie. And they would say that if you give them that feedback, especially in private, they would sometimes take offense. The intent is, for them to improve. And if not communicated correctly for the purpose and the intent, and as well the reception, the person can come up and say, just dismiss the idea altogether, regardless of how positive your intent was, to have that person present him or herself better, and dismiss you as being judgmental. So if you are around these people, this shows you that they are not able to get feedback properly. They are not able to communicate properly, and they are not going to grow your life. Be careful around these people. So it's okay to judge. How you communicate it in judgment is another thing altogether. And if in case you do communicate it, and the person does not improve or takes it in a bad light, you should not be around these people.